What about our parents' relationship are you carrying into your own marriage? Your upcoming marriage?
Yes. 5 weeks from tomorrow. There's the concept of dating, Saturday nights, mom and dad go out, especially once we have kids. It gets really hard. We see that with our friends. I'm sure it was really hard for mom and dad, but for as long as I can remember, Saturday night, mom and dad went out. And now that they don't have to worry about kids, but that they still want to have fun together, they want to be together, they meet up for lunch, it's really special that they, spend so much time together, and they really just love being together.
What parenting, talking more about children, what parenting lessons or values will you carry over to your own children?
It's not showing favorites. I know we had friends that would often talk about, I think this sibling is my mom's favorite, and this sibling is my dad's favorite. That was just totally foreign to me, and I think it was foreign to you. I think it's very important that kids feel that way, that they love all their kids just equally, obviously differently, love different qualities about them, but treat them the same, treat them equally, love them equally, and just don't show favorites. From my perspective, I needed motivation, I needed pushing, I needed prodding, kicking, whatever, I'll have to see what my kids need, because even if I'm pushing too hard, they don't need it, but I know I did, and I know that I don't believe that I would be where I am now in my life without that pushing, without that prodding.
What is a favorite family tradition? What's something that mom and dad have done with our family and that you want to do some good with your family?
Well, obviously my favorite family tradition is, the Sesame Street on Christmas Eve, pizza, and I definitely want to try to carry that over. But I think that is a piece of a larger tradition that we have as a family, and that is getting together and watching a movie. And while that doesn't sound like the most social thing, it really is very social for us, because obviously we're getting up and down and getting food and talking and blah blah blah. But something that I've always loved growing up was us sitting down and watching a movie.
What are some favorite childhood memories of mom and dad?
So, talk about some individual. Carryover of the movies. I very distinctly remember seeing specific movies with just mom or just dad. So with dad, I remember going to see He-Man down the shore, just the two of us. That was a really big deal. I was really young, so that was a long time ago. I still remember that. And then the other one was, my dad and I were having lunch at Daily Treat in Ridgewood. A whole swarm of kids came out of the movie theater, because it's right across the street. And I think maybe I even said, oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles must have just gotten out. And so that probably means there's going to be another one showing pretty soon. So we finished our lunch, and we're walking out, and he just grabbed my hand and walked across the street. What are we doing? And all of a sudden, we were just at the ticket booth and buying tickets. So, Dad and I went to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that was a really big deal. And he sat through it and pretended to enjoy it. So I appreciate that too, because I know I really enjoyed it. I very distinctly remember that. And then with Mom, I very distinctly remember that when I got my appendix out and I couldn't go to camp, Mom obviously knew how upset I was about that, but so she wanted to have something special that we would do, the two of us, every day that I was delayed from going to camp, which ended up only being about 2 days. But the first day we were thinking it'd be more than that. So I remember that first day we were going to do something special, the two of us. We went and saw The Unforgiven. We both really liked it a lot. Individually with them, so I'll be sure to see some good movies with my kids, at least good movies to them. Hopefully they'll remember. And then just so off the movie topic, but other memories of probably for Dad and I, he would probably say this as well. I think our favorite memory is one of probably favorite was going into New York City, going to the Garden, and seeing the Knicks play Game 5. It's actually the day that OJ was getting chased in his white Bronco. So we were probably we were two of the 19,763 people probably in the world that actually saw that entire game live, because they cut away from the actual game to show that stupid Bronco. And I remember we were seeing that on the monitors and saying, what the hell is going on? But that day was just such a great day. I mean, we were so obsessed with the Knicks, and they finally reached the finals, and then they won Game 5, go up 3-2, and the entire Garden was chanting Knicks in 6. We were in really good seats, so that's also something that's pretty special, and hopefully I'll have access to stuff like that in the future. For them together, the mom individually, I would have to say, coming down to DC that first time, when all of a sudden, I had to go on a job interview with this company in DC that does security, terrorism stuff, and I had no idea what was going on. So all of a sudden, the scramble mode was, we have to, get a haircut, we have to get a suit, we have to get the suit tailored, we have to get shirt, tie, everything, shoes. So I didn't have any of that stuff. And then we kind of came up with a plan that we would go down together, found a hotel, totally unfamiliar with the area, didn't know what was going on, but yeah, I just really appreciated that. I think if I had to go down alone, it just would have been so much more stressful for me. It would have been really scary.
Can you tell me about a time when you knew you were making Mom and Dad proud?
Yeah, I know that they've been proud many times, which makes me feel good. Makes them feel good. But I think a very unique, special time that I think they were both proud of me for varying reasons was the marathon, Boston Marathon. A little picture here. See it? So, got Mom and Dad, Karen, Kathleen, Amy, Shanna, Matt Callahan. Pretty good group, and they got the Go Bobbies in it. That's pretty good stuff. So that was just, I think it was really, I think it really made them proud, because one, I was doing it for Dana-Farber, raised a lot of money for Dana-Farber, which obviously we owe so much to Dana-Farber and Dr. Weiner, that I think it made Mom feel great that, I was doing something that took so much commitment and was working hard at, raising money, because we're going directly to something that meant so much to us as a family. And then from the more physical aspect of it, and motivation and determination, discipline aspect of it, the actual dad, I think, was really, really proud that that I would do that. I was never a runner. Before I started training, I probably never run more than 4 miles in a stretch. Everything was great, and so I think he was really obviously he was proud about the fact that he was for Dana-Farber, but I think he was probably really proud of the discipline that took, and I think probably showed him, how far I'd come in terms of being a self-motivator, having my own self-discipline. I did all this on my own.
Great. Is there anything else you want to add?
I love him very much, and 4 years is really amazing. And hopefully, my kids can do something like this for Amy and I. 40 years from now, that'd be pretty cool.